On this episode of Cuba Cerita, we meet a radio industry veteran who navigated his way through a traditional industry that was increasingly being challenged by social media. The former president of Commercial Radio Malaysia, Dato Borhanuddin Osman, served for a record 8 terms and is a past chairman's winner of the distinguished 4A's Kancil Awards. Let's learn what inspired Dato Borhan to find purpose in his life and career. What's your why? Assalamualaikum, salam sejahtera, and welcome to another episode of Cuba Cerita in our second season. MashaAllah. We are so excited because, with the second season, as we're moving along, we're getting a lot of inquiries actually. People are becoming more interested in who else is going to come on. I think it's because when we decided to theme it, What's Your Why? It was all about finding purpose. So I think people can relate to the guests that we have in terms of their own life journeys, but how it can still relate or translate to someone's life journey even today. So we're going to keep this going, and I can promise you we have got a variety of guests from all walks of life, just as we have had all this while. And today, on this episode, we're going to speak to someone who is from the media and entertainment industry. But what I found a pleasure was he spent most of his time in the radio industry. That was quite intriguing for me as I was researching about him. So please join me in welcoming a good friend of mine also, Dato Borhanuddin Osman. Assalamualaikum, Dato.
Waalaikumsalam, Azman, and thank you for having me in your Cuba Cerita. I'm very honored to be one of your guests.
Thank you.
In fact, a bit nervous because after watching your shows, you have very good personalities, and I don't know whether I can deliver to the same standard.
Even better. So I guess for formalities, I know you as Bo, but hold your mind, for formalities, I do address you still as Dato Bo with all due respect, but again, it's meant to be a casual conversation, and it's all about not just the audience getting to know you, but even for me as a long-time friend, I get to know even more. So, as we normally do, I just love to learn a little bit more about you as a person, and what was important, reflections in your formative years, and maybe something that helped shape you to be the person that you became.
Interesting you say that. I'm truly a PJ boy. Okay. That means I was brought up in Section 5 in PJ. I still have friends till today. I mean, because we were brought up, we called it the patent place, gateless place, government quarters in Section 5.
I see.
And we're still friends until today. That means what?
Wow.
I'm turning 70 next year. So we have been friends over 63 years.
Well, you don't know your age, I must say.
No, I kept the same hairstyle. That's why. So growing up in PJ, I mean, PJ Old Town was my primary school, and end up in Bukit Bintang Boys School.
Yes, okay.
Bukit Bintang Boys School. I finished Form 5 in 1972.
Wow.
72. And coincidentally, I had a bad accident in 1972.
Goodness.
I was riding my brother's motorbike. So I was riding, I'm a biker.
Okay.
I was riding his bike in 1972. That was the time I did my Form 5. We were riding at Jalan Bellamy, the old Istana.
Near the airport, the old airport.
Istana,
Yes, yes.
Istana, the old Istana, dalam Bellamy,
Jalan Bellamy,
Ronnie
yes.
Road, near Ronnie Road.
Yes.
Anyway, our biker friends that time, we had the European bikes, Royal Enfield, Triumph,
Wow.
Norton, BSA, and all that.
Uh-huh.
So what happened was, I'm normally at the tail end, but at that time I wanted to overtake, and I had a head-on collision with a van.
Serious.
So I was in coma for a month,
Allahu Akbar.
3 days, third day pronounced dead.
Yeah.
So
MashaAllah. It's a memory that suddenly comes back.
the bike number is BD 1972, you know, and of course a month later I got up. And they said that we've got another bad news for you. And I said, what? You fail your MCE. I said, I fail my MCE? How come I fail my MCE? You fail your Malay. Bahasa Malaysia. I fail my Bahasa Malaysia. You know? And then I said, immediately when they told me that, I fainted again.
You went back into coma.
I went back into coma.
Oh my goodness.
So anyway, I mean, that was the thing that I remember. I remember. So then later on, I went into. I asked my father, what should I do? You know, my father said that, you know. Before that, what happened was, when I was pronounced dead, I had a friend. He also passed away already. His name is Michael Lau. He was with my father. And then the thing just went ting. This is my friend telling me. Ting. And then my father said, call the doctor. Call the doctor. Then the doctor came and told my father that he's dead.
Allahu Akbar.
Then I said, what happened? Then he said that my father went on me, slapped me.
Really?
Slapped me, and then suddenly, tick. So they came with the thing and just revived me.
Resuscitated.
And then revived me. And I'm alive.
MashaAllah.
I'm alive. So
this
until
age,
today,
amazing, eh?
yeah. So I had major ribs and all that. You know, but everything went well after that.
Yeah.
Then I wanted to say that, and then finished my Form 5. Then I wanted to do something, you know. Then my father keeps saying that whatever you want to take, you take. You can become a photographer, you can become anything, but after that, you naturally something will lead to what you love.
May I ask siapa ayah that Bo?
My father was the. Okay, he started as a cameraman. Yeah. Cameraman in film unit. Film unit was in Bangsa. He came down to KL together with Arwah P. Ramli. I mean, they're all Penang people. So he came down together with Arwah P. Ramli and started their life here. And then he eventually became the Director General of Film Negara. So his name is Osman Haji Shamsuddin.
Osman Haji Shamsuddin. So asal family daripada Penang?
Among my siblings, I can speak the northern lingo.
Okay.
But my brothers and sister kurang.
Adik-beradik ramai?
Adik-beradik, I have 3 boys, 3 girls. I'm the fourth in the family.
Masya. You must have been special to him, having had that experience, kan?
Oh yeah. In fact, during my working days, I have lunch with him every day.
Serious?
Every day.
Allahu Akbar, MashaAllah.
Because he works in Filem Negara, which is very near our home.
Okay.
We live in Section 11 then.
I see.
And then I was working with ICI Paints.
Okay.
So don't ask me how I got into ICI Paints, taking hotel management, and went into ICI Paints, eventually went into advertising, and then broadcasting. I can explain, but it takes a few days.
It takes a few days.
Yeah.
But so life for you in those days, I'm trying to imagine, you and your bikes and growing up in PJ, and I know you went to hotel management and catering and ITM, kan? But in those days, can I just at that age, you went to different work, but how do you actually decide at that young age, kan? What do you really want to do next? How do you decide what you're going to be looking for next?
Hotel management wasn't what I wanted to do.
Okay.
I wanted to do marketing.
Oh.
The answer they gave is my grade weren't that great.
Okay.
Dah lah you fail MCA.
Only bahasa lah.
Only bahasa. And then I said, okay, what if I want to take mass comm? He said, your grade ain't too great. Also for mass comm. So I said, what is good? So they told me to say, take hotel management, So I said that, okay. And like my father said that, never mind, do whatever you like. Eventually your life will lead you naturally to what you love. So I take that. I take that. In fact, a very, 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 very very memorable thing about my dad is also, I mean, when I was waiting for results, my MC results, I became a dispatch boy. Yeah?
Okay.
I became a dispatch boy. Now looking for job, supposed to be want to find your own money lah.
Yes.
Then I asked him, I don't mind ke? I become a dispatch boy. Malu tak? All that. So I mean that's a very important thing, or a memorable thing he told me is that whatever you want to do, be the best.
Whatever you want to do, be the best.
Kalau you nak cuci kereta pun, be the best. Kalau you nak jadi apa-apalah, be the best and enjoy it.
Wow.
And enjoy it. So I think after that, wherever I work, I enjoyed my work. I was put aside ICI. ICI was just a preliminary. Then I went into advertising.
Okay.
Yeah. I was in advertising for 21 years.
All right.
21 years in advertising. Those days advertising, when you start as an executive, you're really a bag carrier. You carry the bag, carry the bag. And then we earn ourselves to become account manager. Then we earn ourselves to become account director. And then eventually I moved from one agency to another. I end up with Dentsu Young Rubicam. Then they started a little agency, so I became the managing partner. So in fact, I managed an advertising, a small agency.
I see.
It was interesting. I mean, really, really interesting line. Now I compare my son, who's taking advertising, not knowing, and he's into digital marketing.
Yes.
I asked him, what are you doing? And when he answered me, I couldn't understand what advertising now is.
Really, kan? It's changed so much.
Yes, changed so much. Imagine with 21 years, and now talking to him, I cannot. Terminology are different.
Yes.
Things are different. So, in a way, I think I'm glad I went into advertising. I enjoyed it. And then later on, I went into broadcasting. Something else. Broadcasting. But the advertising days were very different.
Yeah,
were very different. I think during presentation, we don't sleep, and all that. So again, when my son is doing something, I say that you must enjoy it. Don't complain. Don't complain. Enjoy it. I say, you ask mama. I come home late. Nanti dia pun fikir lain. Come home late.
Advertising lagi.
So, I don't. I sometimes we don't go back.
Yeah.
And then I say, you ask mama. I enjoy.
But can I ask you this question? And maybe this is a reflection for all, kan?
Yeah.
When we say we enjoy, was it maybe kemudian kita ingat balik? Actually, we did enjoy it. Kita enjoyed it at that time. But when it actually maybe at the point of all the hard work and the struggles, and in a way sometimes the money was not always great, maybe we didn't really enjoy it. But in hindsight, kemudian baru kita rasa.
Kemudian you rasa that you enjoy.
What do you think?
Because I think for me, because my father already said, enjoy it.
Ah.
So subconsciously, when I do my work,
Memang suka.
I want to enjoy it.
Okay.
I want to
So
enjoy
you find
it.
reasons to enjoy
Enjoy
it.
it, yeah.
Kan?
And then why also then I will tell my staff and all that,
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Enjoy it. Kan?
So it's during the work
Okay.
and not
Not
after
after,
thing. For me, I feel. Because I think it's my father's thing. Yeah.
But for as long as I've known you, Bo, you
Yeah.
know, you've been that type of character, the colourful, how I use the word flamboyant character that
Oops.
suits that industry. But what I found was most intriguing, having been successful as in advertising, and you went into broadcasting.
Yeah.
Now, from what I read and what I know of you, the broadcasting industry at that time when you were playing a leading role was very challenged. For example, with the this new media, and in a way, TV and radio was being challenged by the new platforms that were coming in, kan? So, what sort of motivated you at that time, or even what gave you some purpose to go into an industry which maybe some would have called maybe more of a sunset type of industry, radio broadcasting?
Memang very very true there, Osman. Because I think nobody, I can know only one person, which I don't want to mention, that told me that take the job.
Really?
Yeah. In fact, I can mention is Kenneth Wong.
Kenneth Wong. Okay.
The rest all said, do not touch. Do not touch it. It's an old medium. It's a dying medium. The what do you call that? Listenership punya apa is only 2% compared to the total medium. 2%. So I thought 2%, very good. The only way is up. Right or not? Huh? So I took the challenge. In fact, they said, you ran your own agency. In fact, you're a partner in your agency. Why do you want to leave? And leaving at the age of 44, changing a career.
Wow.
So I said, why not? Life is so much challenge in there, and I can never stop. I cannot stop. I'm always doing things, differently, if people can say. But then radio was so different also then. When they call me and they say that we want you to be the general manager of Astro AMP Radio, which is now called Astro Radio.
Okay.
So they say that I want you to look at sales.
And this was the earliest days of Astro.
Astro,
Yeah.
I want you to look at sales. So I said, then you get a sales manager. Don't call me a general manager and take care of sales.
Okay.
Yeah. So I said, I want to be a general manager of the radio station that takes care of sales, programming, engineering. So the whole process of a radio station.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
So I can, because I can look at specific things like revenue, because I think that's where I love revenue. But important thing is to get the right people. Yeah, the right people, the right accountant. I'm not good in my accounting. I get the best accountant to see. I can see the big picture, but you tell me what is the thing. So to me, leadership is having good people.
Sure.
Yeah,
Definitely.
having good
definitely.
people. So I have very good people. So when when we were at the revenue was just 7 million.
Really?
Yeah, 7 million. So when I saw what we can do, we said that next year we're going 14 million. Double. Then they said, you're crazy. You think you advertising fella can do everything, No, I said, I joined in the company. I did not bring my secretary. I did not bring any generals. I joined here. I want to work with you. So you're supposed to work with me. Let's do it together and make it work. You've been in radio for a long time. I'm new. I see it differently. You see it differently. But combined, we can grow. Yeah. So we grew. We met the 14 million.
Serious.
We met the 14 million. But I think it's also dangerous, because once you push the benchmark, the expectation is
Double up again
more
and whatever,
and
even more.
But to me, again, it's a challenge.
Yeah.
You know, because why simpan if you
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
if you can grow? Why simpan?
Yeah.
I
Why
think a
hold
lot of people wants. I can grow 2%. I can grow 5%. I can grow 10%. To me, if 100%, why not?
Why not? Yeah.
You know, because we can. There are ways.
Yeah.
So anyway, so it grew. I think when I left in 2013, I joined in 1999.
Okay.
I left in 2013. The revenue was 287 million. So it's an increase of 280 million net.
And at that time, you were like 17 radio station, 10 FM radio stations.
We have FM.
Uh-huh.
So we're leader. We are leader in every FM station,
Right.
From the Chinese, Malay, and Indian and English.
Uh-huh.
On Astro
Yes.
platform, we have something like 25 radio stations. That means on ground we have like Era and Sinar, the two,
Yes.
and then Hits Mix, Lighting Easy, My FM, THR. Even I can't remember. So now.
Yeah, there were so many.
So because we are number one in every segment. So I find it very, very interesting. Why? Because when I first came into radio,
Uh-huh.
the selling part,
Okay.
it was format radio.
What does that mean?
What is format radio compared to block radio?
Tak nak faham.
Okay. During our days.
Okay, okay.
When you listen to radio, RTM,
Uh-huh.
RTM, you listen to one station.
Uh-huh.
You can hear Deep Purple. You can
Okay.
hear Tom Jones.
Yes.
You can hear, let me, Rojak lah.
Okay.
Rojak
Alright.
lah.
Okay.
You can hear
Okay.
everything in one radio
On one
station.
radio station. Okay.
Format radio ni, if you listen to hits,
Uh-huh.
you listen to hits punya songs repeated.
Okay.
The target audience is hits. Then you nak tua sikit,
Uh-huh.
you listen to mix.
Okay.
English, huh?
Yes,
Then you
yes,
nak tua sikit, listen to light and easy.
Yes.
So the songs is just that. So dia tak tukar.
Yes,
Deep Purple, Tom Jones,
Yes.
you know, dia tak
Yes,
tukar. So
yes.
that's formatted.
Okay.
It was difficult to sell format.
Oh,
Format
I thought it would
No.
be easier.
No, because orang tak nak tukar.
Tak nak tukar station.
Tak nak tukar pikiran.
Oh,
If they
okay.
That means kalau sekarang advertisers,
Uh-huh.
I nak beli a segment,
Okay.
I want my brand to be said within that half an hour.
Yes.
I said I can't. You are within the,
Okay.
you know,
Within the mix of all
a
everything.
mix of other ads.
Yes. Yes.
Cannot.
Okay.
I want just mine. I pay. I got mine. No. But I can tell them, bukan I don't need your money. You can't. You can't.
You can't dictate that way.
You can't dictate that way. So difficult. So they pull out.
Oh.
We don't want.
That's how
So-
we came there.
So we went into bigger corporation who understands, and then because it's a format done in Australia.
Okay.
In Australia. So in fact, when I got the job, I was interviewed in Australia too. It was also tough because Australia nanti don't
Yeah,
take care, but
yeah.
I have very good Australian who's willing to work with Malaysian and the thinking of the Malaysian and all that. So we had a good time. They call it stereo radio.
Stereo radio.
Yeah. So when I came back, I said I told the team, let's make it work.
Yeah.
It's going to be tough, but let's make it work. But once it worked, no turning back.
No holding back.
No
Yeah.
holding back. You
Yeah.
know, I mean, it's just success and success
Yeah.
and success. Then RTM sometimes wants to be an Astro. So I have meeting with RTM. I said, no, RTM, your job is the general public.
Okay.
You know, I mean, that is because takkan you pun nak profit. You can have profit. You can have profit. You can make profit.
So they've got this a bit of a social.
Macam, they said, we are. How come you're 70% of the market share? We are only. I mean, we are 70% of the market share. So in fact, they also say that, what would you do if you run RTM?
Okay, so come and join us.
No, what would you do? No, I said, I think if I answer it in a very nice way, I said, we only have 200 staff. You have 8,000 staff. And we are 70% market share. And so you know what I would do. So I think let's end there.
So you spend 10, 13 years in that
13 years
industry. I also learned that you were the president of the Commercial Radio of Malaysia for a record 8 terms.
Yeah.
You represented 19 Malaysian commercial radio operators. You're the former chairman of the Communications and Multimedia Content Forum of Malaysia and chairman of the Programming Division of Asia Broadcasting. You are the winner of the Chairman's Award of the Council Awards, which is of course a distinguished industry award by the 4As Advertising Agency Malaysia. MashaAllah, bro. I mean, congrats to you. And I don't know whether today's generation actually know of these achievements, but again, if you reflect on your life at that time, how do you continue to maintain a purpose? Because these are huge responsibilities, of course, and you are obviously, someone who was able to deliver. But if I were to ask you to reflect, what would maybe one or two things that gave you a purpose, that you can find new things to do, or in a way, again, it was an industry that's now even more so, I think, constantly being challenged. What would you think?
No, I think personally, a lot of people sometimes don't know what they can do. Okay, because to me also, to be the chairman and the president of the big societies, the media that's involved in there are the big players, TV, all that, telcos and all that.
Yeah.
What is radio?
Exactly.
Exactly. And they took me as the chairman, a radio person compared to the telcos and all that. So I think I must have proven something. But I believe never judge your own never, sometimes all inferiority complex.
Maybe,
Inferiority complex is a radio lah.
Small.
No, but I think it's delivery and thinking. I never give up. I love working. I enjoy it. To be with the people, and then they see it differently rather than itulah. I put that way lah.
And again, I mean, you're very humble. I do follow you on social media, and I know that you're till today you're very colourful in character, all sorts of friends, and I hope you don't mind if I do touch on a bit, because I think to me it's very inspiring, because honestly, bro, I find that you constantly are keeping yourself occupied. And maybe for the benefit of the viewers who don't know you, and we will show some nice photos. But you're fine. You're an avid golfer, and you've got a nice group of friends that you constantly play with. You're also a biker, a big biker, and you travel to many countries also on your bike and with your group of biking friends. But what I also find is that there's also a personal side of you, which is you take care of rohani and your principles and your family upbringing, kan? Where am I coming to? I think what I really find is that you are constantly filling your time, even in your retirement years, you're filling your time with useful activities, and you're also not shy of expressing yourself. So what at this stage, what do you think is important for you as seeking that purpose, if I may ask?
When you mention colourful,
Ah,
I love colours when I golf because I'm not a good golfer, so at least I stand out in my dressing. Yeah. For example, the most daring thing was yesterday. I wore a skirt.
I know, I saw
wore
that.
a skirt. Okay, it's a kilt.
It's a
okay,
kilt,
It's a Scottish kilt. To golf so that I can tee off on a red tee. But just to dramatize everything because orang cakap you colourful lah main golf ni. Sekarang bukan colour dia, I tukar pun pakai skirt.
And I mean, not just that, you would have gone out into the golf club, onto the golf course, and people are wondering, mana nampak macam tak Scottish pun.
Tak ada Scottish berjanggut pula tu pakai skirt. Anyway, that's a colourful part. I like it. I'm always I'm active. I'm very active. I think also because I can't sleep. I think the reason why I cannot sleep is I overthinking.
Sampai kali ni.
Sampai hari ni. I'm always thinking over stupid things. Stupid things. For example, kalau balik rumah, kalau tengok macam my bike punya tire tu tak cuci, I go back in and then my mind will be tire tak cuci, sampai tidur pun tire tak cuci. I mean stupid things.
OCD ke?
I don't know lah, but when I put when the key is there, the key must be there.
Okay.
If the key is not there, I mean I will be thinking mana kunci ni and okay. So because I can't sleep well, I'm active. I'm active. I get up subuh. Orang selalu tak tidur balik. Okay, admittedly I tidur balik.
Okay.
I tidur balik and then I get up about 8:30.
Yeah.
And I will be at my veranda doing my gardening, my bikes, my cars, if I'm not golfing and riding. And then I dapat dengue 3 kali. So my family tak dapat dengue. So I cakap maybe because I bangun pagi, golf ataupun pergi motor pagi, nyamuk attack pagi kan.
Okay.
So I said, why the rest tak dapat dengue, I dapat dengue. I got COVID, I got apa tu yang apa, new one apa?
Oh, there's a new one.
No, bukan new. No. COVID and then I know.
Okay.
Anyway,
So
semua
adalah macam-macam lah.
I've gone through 15 surgeries.
No way, serious.
I've gone through 15 major. I mean, some major, some not major surgeries. And then.
But there's no slowing down, kan?
There's no slowing down.
And you look well. You look fit.
Because I feel macam orang dapat heart attack. I got 4 stents. Yeah, I got 4 stents.
Okay.
Orang dapat heart attack, they will just be sad about it. But to me, go on, move on. That's gone. That's gone. Move on. I had my 4th stent. After that, the 4th stent itu doktor cakap, okay, you can be discharged. I said, doc, next week I'm riding to Morocco. So my wife was here. I said, boleh tak? Muka dia lain tu, I move aside. Boleh tak? Oh boleh. Then I told you boleh. So next week I was riding in Morocco.
And okay, this is another thing I like to just it's another thing. I'm not a biker myself.
Okay.
But I also noticed that you do have nice biking expeditions with your friends.
Oh yeah.
I know. I won't know all, tapi maybe you can reflect on this, and again, it gives you some purpose also. Your biking ni, kan, and your friends will be able to relate. What is it that you find most exhilarating about biking, and even more so when you go and bike in somebody's nice overseas countries?
Okay, to me, I've ridden in Europe, Balkans, Morocco, Tanzania, New Zealand, Pakistan, Phuket, Koh Samui tu yang cakap lah, macam KKL balik lah.
Yeah.
So every country is beautiful.
Of course.
The good thing about riding is bila naik the motor, the wind and all that, tak ada stress, tak ada nothing, and the view is 360. You can see. My wife didn't believe it until she followed me in Pakistan. She said, "Wow, sedapnya." Then after that, I'm going New Zealand. I want to follow New Zealand. Naik. But New Zealand was -3, and I was riding. I look at the back. Are you still there? Are you still there? I would beku kan. But so hot or cold, I rode through this. I rode to into Sahara Desert too. Tanzania is amazing. Tanzania is we go off road because it's a scrambler.
And these are dirt roads, kind of.
Pebbles, water, sand. I fell something like 6 times a day. We went on 15 days. I fell,
Oh my goodness.
sampai kaki bengkak and all that. I've got no off-road experience. So kita pergi off-road je. Mula-mula tu, wah cantik. Bila naik tu, air tu, kaki naik. Ish, kotor. After that, masuk mud, masuk ni. Very, very, very enjoyable.
And these, just out of my interest, are these like planned expeditions? I mean, how much is really just left to the unknown?
In fact, the Tanzania trip too was really interesting. We didn't know each other.
Your group?
My Malaysian, we about 5 Malaysian going. We didn't know each other. It was anticipated by one person to say, I get this. And to me pun I cakap, okay. But must be at least one non-Melayu. If not all Melayu also problem. So there's one Chinese guy masuk and masuk. So we got to know each other.
But what about, do you know the different skill levels? I mean, again, you're riding. What happens
it's just 1 or 2 days to get used to the bike, and after that.
But you would know that they've got some experience at least riding overseas. Or
Only one out of 6 person, only one ada off-road experience. The rest semua tak ada.
Oh yeah.
But we all bikers.
Yeah.
So we get used to the bike. Like in Pakistan, I use a very small bike, made in China, but assembled in Pakistan. It's not tire not in tandem, tak ada ni semua because nowadays bike, the tires speak to each other. Traction, we call traction.
Yes.
So kalau ini tak ada. Kalau you brake licin, you brake licin. No ABS and all that. But after 1 or 2 days, you get used to it. So bikers will get you. So kita naik licin pun, it's okay. Licin pun okay. It's okay. So I ride a small bike. I ride the Vespa. I came here with a Vespa. And I have a very big bike, which is a 480 kg gold wing, 6-cylinder, 1800 cc with reverse gear. So imagine 480 kg, I'm 60 kg.
Kan?
Tapi boleh lah.
No, Alhamdulillah. And
Alhamdulillah.
Another thing I also noticed that you're very fond of hole number 8 in your golf when you're rounds. Was it something that is just for the sake of taking a photo at hole number 8 ke, or you hit a hole in one at hole number 8?
Okay, I'm born 8th of August.
Okay.
8 of 8. 8 of 8. So 8 is my favorite number. Bukanlah because Chinese suka 8 then Ong and all that. No, because I'm born 8th of August.
Okay.
And then I was an 8 kg pounder.
No way.
8 pounder baby. So semua all 8s tu macam mana. So my bike's new number semua 8. So I make sure that every golf course I take picture at the hole number 8. So it becomes sampai my friend pun cakap, bo, hole number 8. I forget. They tell me.
See, these are the things, and we can laugh about it, but it's very fun. Okay, you know how it is. This is not meant to be grandfather stories, kan? But again, I'd love this type of chat to relate to our next generation, because I think it's important for them to also hear us, but at the same time, we're not here to mentor or tell them what to do. But if there was, say katakan anak kita lah, And today is a different life for them lah.
Correct.
Kan? But if you were to advise them in terms of finding your purpose in life, or finding what is it that's going to be important for you, what would be, say, one piece of wisdom or advice that you'd share?
I think, to me lah, gone were the days where bila kita nak advise orang nak ambil apa course.
Okay.
Kan earlier on it was just doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant.
Okay.
And then later on become the computer science lah, design, and all that. I think nowadays, if I want to advise anybody, see what you can do to the world.
Wow.
Macam maybe you can take something that involves the environment or the world. Kita now getting hotter and hotter. What do you call that?
Climate change,
or the political things. How can we make this world into a more peaceful world rather than wars and all that. So banyaklah climate lah, ni lah. And then things that people take for granted, I think. Betul tak?
Okay.
People take for granted that, even littering. I think look at Japan. Japan has become so clean. I'm not saying that our country is not clean, but we are not as clean. So banyak kita boleh belajar from other countries who are doing, and other countries can learn from us also. So I think not as per subjects per se.
Right.
That's I feel.
Yeah. So. That's a very interesting perspective. We take it for granted.
We take for granted.
If we have a purpose, for example, to at least do our little part in protecting the environment, taking care of the trees, taking care of litter, kan? We may feel it's insignificant or small, but actually it's important today more so, kan?
In fact, that is also another thing. Coming back to my father. I was a little kid. I was driving. He gave me a sweet. I opened the sweet. I threw out the window. He pulled aside, pick up. So I said, Ayah, the kereta banyak, if few thousand of you do that, I pick it up. Till today, if I eat the sweet, I still keep it in my pocket. So upbringing, very important. Upbringing. So
don't take that for granted.
Don't take for granted. Littering ni, alamak. So sedih in our country. So sedih.
And again, it's from all walks of life. People just can't care. But if everyone did care, in terms of giving it a purpose, then it'll be a lot better lah. Okay.
Sorry, I just go back.
No,
sometimes
please.
I go back.
Please,
the 15 surgeries that I went through. I think my wife is just behind me. Kadang-kadang orang yang sakit tu, they don't know anything. Tapi orang menjaga orang sakit tu. I think she is everything in that lah.
Alhamdulillah.
And
again, you've got a lovely family. You're going to wait for inshallah your first chuchu coming along. Maybe by the time we are going to screen this episode, you already will be having closer to the date of your birth of your first grandchild. Yeah, mashallah. Wish you all the best.
I hope things don't change.
No, inshallah. Now, brother, I want to sort of round up this session, and thank you so much for sharing. I want to really round it up in our kata jenaka punya way. I'm going to ask you a few statements, and all that you have to do is to show us true or false. And really you can show it to that camera. Yes, true or false. And again, it's just meant to in a way get to know better. Yes. So I've got 5 statements. You just say true or false. Okay. Sultan Abdul Samad is the best school in PJ. False. Okay.
Bukit Bintang.
Okay. I regularly score a par on hole number 8.
Regularly. Ada?
True. Okay. Okay. New Zealand is the best foreign country I've gone biking?
Not really.
Not really? Which would it be?
Every country has got its
beautiful.
own beauty.
Okay. All right. Okay. You're being very, very diplomatic. My big bike is better than Reza Ghazali's. Without doubt. Reza's been on the earlier episode. He can't rebut that. My wife is a good, if not my best pillion rider. Yeah. Okay, brother. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
No, I really, Dato, it's been a pleasure having you. And again, it took a long while to get you to come on for various reasons, but thank you so much for joining us. And I really treasure the insights that you have. I mean, Alhamdulillah, rizki you. You've had a great career, and you continue to be an example for your children and for many others. And you've got a lovely family, circle of friends. So may Allah continue to bless you with good health, strength of iman, and happiness and ketenangan hati lah.
Yeah. That's important. That's important. Because I think first Allah first.
Yes.
Because whatever we have is given from Him.
Yes. I never forget that.
Never forget that.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you so much. We'll wrap up this episode today. Alhamdulillah, I take great fulfillment in having these sessions, and it's a pleasure again meeting people like Dato Borhan, and inshallah there'll be others. So thank you once again for joining us on this episode. We hope that you also felt enlightened. You could feel a sense of purpose also, and inshallah, in coming episodes we will have other guests who will give you even more enlightenment, if not the same. Please continue to support us. We look forward to your comments also, and feel free to also suggest if you have others that you may know of who will be interesting for us to also invite onto our episodes. So till we see you again, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi, salam sejahtera, and have a very good week ahead.